you guys, and welcome back. Today is a very special day because today we are going to be doing some engineering. Ooh, that's more like a science type of math, and I really love learning about all of the different science and math things. And today we're actually going to be talking about somebody very special. If you can see this book right here, this book is called Rosie Revere Engineer. And you're probably wondering, this is Natty, what's an engineer? Well, I'll tell you. An engineer is an inventor, somebody who creates a lot of brand new things. They just make things out of all kinds of stuff. So you're going to see our character here. She makes all kinds of really cool gadgets and machines. While you're watching this video or watching our book, I want you to make sure you go ahead and put your listening ears all the way on. Boop, 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 boop. Put them all the way on because you do not want to miss what she's making. Today, Mrs. Annette actually wanted your help because while we're reading, Mrs. Annette wants to make a list. I want to make a list of all of the things that Rosie makes. Okay, so we're going to listen very carefully and see what are all the inventions that Rosie makes. Okay, also, Mrs. Annette is sometimes I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to ask you a question to help me answer. Okay, so make sure that your voices are off, you're tracking the video, and your pockets are on your chair. Get ready, get set, let's roll. Rosie Revere Engineer by Andrea Beatty, illustrated by David Roberts.
Welcome to PV Storytime. Do you want to read this book with me? Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more. Rosie Revere, Engineer by Andrea Beatty, illustrated by David Roberts. This is the story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak. But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer stash. And late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far under the bed where they'd never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye and made fine inventions for uncles and aunts, a hot dog dispenser and helium pans.
Whoa, let's go back. I think I heard something really cool. Did anybody think that they heard, did you hear any, can you tell me what are the things that she made? They said 2 inventions on this page. Does anybody remember what they were called? Mrs. Annette wants to write them right here. Let's see. I think I heard someone say that she made a hot dog dispenser. What's hot dog dispenser? Let's take a guess. Okay, I think a hot dog dispenser. Oh, look at it. What's coming out of the hot dog dispenser? That's right, hot dogs. So a hot dog dispenser makes hot dogs. That's a cool machine she made. I'm gonna write that here on our list. Hot dog dispenser. Oh, running out of space. All right, hot dog dispenser. All right, what else did they say that they, oh, what is this? Oh, what is he doing up here? I think I remember. She said something about helium pants. Do you guys know what helium is? Helium is the gas that you use to put inside balloons. It makes balloons float high in the air, and that's why his pants are floating. That's so funny and silly. So I'm gonna write helium pants. Awesome. We have a hot dog dispenser and helium pants. Good job. We already have 2 inventions so far. Let's see what else Rosie creates. Mm-hmm.
And helium pants. The uncle she loved most was zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off his head, from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away.
So wait, so what did she make now? This looks very interesting. Go ahead and take a look at our friend Rosie. I see a lot going on here. What did she make here? She said she made it for her uncle. What? I think you may be onto something. She said that she made like a cheese hat so that she can help keep the snakes away from her uncle. But I wonder how that works. Interesting. Let's go ahead and write down the invention though on our list so we can keep track of it. Cheese hat. All right, cheese hat. Okay, let's see what she does with this cheese hat. Let's see the snake. Let's see how this works.
And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud. But Fred slapped his knee and he chuckled out loud. He laughed till he wheezed and his eyes filled with tears. All to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat and then looked away.
Aww.
I love it, Fred hooted. Oh, true, I do. But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day, kept her dreams to herself.
Oh no, friends. How do you look at the uncle was laughing. He was laughing at the hat. How do you think that Rosie felt when she saw her uncle laugh at her hat? How do you think that she felt? Let's see. How do you guys think that she felt when he left her hat? If you said that she felt sad because the uncle laughed at her hat, I think you're right. Kiss your brain. You're right. Look at her face. Oh, she looks so sad. And then it said after that day, she kept her dreams to herself. That means after that day, she didn't want to have to build anything anymore. Oh no, I hope that's not so. All right, well, let's see what happens next.
And that's how it went until one autumn day. Her oldest relations showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was a true dynamo who'd worked building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of the things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that one up to an old lady's dreams. That night, as Rosie lay wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, no, not I. But questions are tricky and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be.
Whoa, wait a minute. I think we saw an invention here. Does anybody know what she called this thing she's carrying around with her? I think I heard it. If you said cheese copter, go ahead and kiss your brain again. Yes, it says that she hauled her cheese copter. Cheese copter. What could that possibly be? Cheese copter. I've heard of a helicopter before. Hmm, cheese copter. Maybe this one is a helicopter made of cheese? Hmm. Let me just write this down. Let's continue the story so that we cheese copter. So that we can find out what a cheese copter is. Cheese copter on my list. Okay.
The ridiculous flock it might turn out to be. Strapped into the cockpit, she flicked on the switch. The Helio cheese cutter sputtered and twitched. It floated in a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again. Will I try to build something, to sputter or spin, or build with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer." She turned round to leave, but then great Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie, who pulled her in close, and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed." "Yes," said her great aunt. "It crashed, that is true. But first it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew."
Oh wow. So guys, well her auntie is such a sweetheart. So her great aunt came and she gave her a hug when Rosie was sad. But Rosie didn't understand why grandma or great aunt was giving her a hug until she said, "Yeah, you did a good job." Rosie didn't think she did a good job, but her great aunt thought she did. You know what was really important about this part was when Rosie thought that she didn't do a good job, her aunt reminded her that she did do a good job because she tried. And that sometimes when we're doing things, it may not work the first time, but that's okay. As long as you keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, things will get better and better and better. But you can't get better if you do not try. So anytime you are if something is hard for you, never give up. Okay? That's what a great aunt is telling Rosie. Never give up. Let's see what happens next.
"Rosie, before that, it flew." "Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy, and on to the next." She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneezed away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer. We can do it! At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere.
Wow. Oh my goodness. The end. Wow. That was such a that story was so amazing. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Rosie is such a hero to me because I love when she was making all of those things, and even though she wanted to give up because she felt like um she felt like nobody liked her things that she was making. And once her aunt talked to her and told her that it's okay to make mistakes, and that if you make a mistake, you just have to keep trying and keep trying to make it better. Once she heard that, she decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it. And then she kept working on her cheese copter, and eventually, you see right out up here, she's flying it. So it did work. So everybody say, good job, Rosie. She's such a hero. And every one of you are just like Rosie, too. Okay? Now, I want to hear. Oh, let's actually, before we even hear about that, let's look up over our list of the things that Rosie created. Rosie made a hot dog dispenser. She made a helium pants, the one where the uncle was flying in the air. She made a cheese hat that she wanted to use to help get those snakes away from her uncle. And then she made a cheese copter. It didn't work the first time, but she kept trying and persisting. She kept trying to make it better. And eventually she was successful. It started flying. Awesome job, Rosie. Really cool stuff she made. All right, you guys. So that is the end of our story time. What was your favorite part of the story? Also, can you remember some of the gadgets that that Rosie made? If you can, just go ahead and tell your mommy and daddy, your grandma, grandpa, your brothers and sisters all about it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you on Monday. Goodbye.